The 2018 Commonwealth Innovation Forum, brought to you by Destination Gold Coast.
Sean McKay is the President and CEO of Composites Innovation Centre. They're based in Canada. He's here in Brisbane as part of the Commonwealth Innovation Forum. Sean, welcome.
Great. It's great to be here.
How does your centre support and stimulate economic growth through innovative research?
So what we do is we go talk to our industry partners. They could be a Boeing, they could be a tractor manufacturer, they could be a bus company, and we say, well, what do you need? What you're looking at developing product? What do you need? And they come back to us and says, well, we've got this bus and we need it to make it maybe 20% lighter. So how can we actually do that? So what we do is we take that idea of reducing weight and we look at we talk to them, get some ideas of what kind of designs of the new product, and then we go and work out the details. We determine what kind of materials should be used, what kind of processes can be used, if it'll meet the cost, and then we develop, and even to the point where we can actually manufacture the tooling and do full-scale prototype parts for them.
So you offer a form of partnership, supporting them along the way through the process, so that you both, I guess, get a good result, a strong result.
Partnerships. So we offer that for a suite of engineering services, but we also provide an interface into networks so that we can actually work with others. And hence why I'm here in Queensland is we do a lot of R&D work with the universities here. And so if there needs to be a bit of technology developed that's really not there yet, we can actually work with professors and teams within the universities in Queensland to add a bit of their capability and knowledge to come up with a reasonable solution.
Sean, you have a wealth of knowledge and experience in composite materials related technologies. What significant changes have you seen over that period of time?
I think the materials have changed a bit. On if you're looking at traditional manufacturing processes and reduction in especially labor and now coming automation, coming on board. That is really where we see it, and I see we're not even close to the tipping point on that, but you really see that coming. In terms of the interest in utilization of biomass that's into industrial bioproducts, we see that coming as well. Still, it's a patient journey, but we see that there are developments, there are certain commercial applications that have come about. The industry is growing. In Canada, we looked at it in 2005 when there was like 4 industry partners in 4 industries out there making product out of these materials. Now, and processing them now we've got up to nearly close to 30. So you can see there is a momentum building. We're not there yet, but as was talked about yesterday by one of the speakers, the bioeconomy is coming. It's just how long it's going to take us to get there.
Why is supporting innovation, and in particular life sciences innovation, an important priority for government?
So you talk about climate change, you talk about sustainability, you talk about carbon credits, all the buzzwords. So the bottom line is that if we are going to achieve any real, or put a dent in any of the issues around those items, we basically have to not only get industry engaged, but government. This is early stage stuff, so government have to provide some or a level of support. Otherwise, we'll be at status quo. Nothing will happen. So I think not only providing support, but also incenting the innovation side of it is something that the government really needs to. They have, I would say a pivot at this point in time of the way that where industry is in this. I think a pivotal role in pushing us forward.
How important is a forum of this kind, bringing the Commonwealth nations together under one roof?
I think it's great. We as an organisation, we're fairly small. We reside in the middle of Canada, so basically, say in the middle of nowhere. And so how do we get things done? We basically collaborate, and we've had, as I mentioned before, we have some very successful collaborations with universities in Queensland. Not only that, we've got collaborations prior in state of Victoria. We've done stuff in New South Wales, and then if you look at around the globe, we've had connectivity into South Africa. We've got discussions with the UK. We haven't actually done too much positive work, but we also we're really we have a global perspective of where we can go get technology developed and so we could increase the speed of the technology development. And I think bringing more people together, especially with the commonality of the Commonwealth, is a really a great it's a great idea, and it produces a good forum for collaboration and how we can better work together in the future.
Apart from your country and I guess Australia, and you've referenced the collaboration or the partnerships you have in Australia, are there other countries within the Commonwealth that you're really impressed seeing remarkable progress or the ability to collaborate exceptionally well?
I'd say it's been hit and miss. I think our most success actually has been with Australia and New Zealand. So we've had those. In terms of the UK, we know a lot of folks over there. I think part of the issue is finding the right person that has the same interests, so it's after the same goals. And the other part of it is the ability to provide funding support for them. For these projects, where we find that the mechanisms of funding are fairly similar within Canada and Australia and New Zealand, and we can basically both find funding from each side of the ocean to be able to support the projects, where it's been kind of more difficult in some of these other jurisdictions. I see a real opportunity, especially with India, Africa. We look at those types of huge countries. They're becoming more economically focused, and there's they have exactly the same issues we have in terms of how we're going to bring these biomaterials into commercial applications. And so I think we haven't done as much as we could have done in the past. But I think with the Brexit going forward and the real push towards getting more collaboration from the Commonwealth, I think it's going to work out real well. What
would you like delegates to take away from this particular forum, TCIF?
Obviously getting to know who's doing what around the world, and that I think from the discussions I've had, there's a significant amount of openness of working together. And I think having that and the ability that you actually can pick up the phone or send an email out, and that you will get responded to, because we're part of the Commonwealth and we all have the same goals that we need to achieve, and if we can do it collectively, it's a matter of, and we should really have that understanding that we can collaborate together. So let's just go do it.
Well, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your time here in sunny Queensland.
Okay, thank you very much.